I went grocery shopping yesterday. Forgot to get fucking orange juice.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, she
oh.
forgot to get orange juice. Good morning, everyone. Martha's still sicker than a dog. I see
Morning.
you didn't go up north.
No, we're supposed to be going this weekend. She couldn't get Friday off, so we're gonna go this weekend. So I've got to be ready by Wednesday.
Ah, hopefully you're better. Hey, Debbie, I see your tent trailer camping in Bracebridge, Ontario. I bet you're having a beautiful time.
I gotta have chat somewhere.
Amy James, we have a never in contact. You're always a busy girl.
Hi Debbie, hi Amy.
So I'll tell you the story here. I showed Martha the two granny squares that I'm making two afghans with. And this one here, she said was ugly and it looked like a scrubby. I'm t- it's not a scrubby. And this is really a diagonal square, but it's made with very, very soft yarn. And she doesn't like the color of it. It's pinks and purples. It's hard to see in the camera, but it's just how it is. So let me show you my yarn I'm using. For all my borders on both of these afghans that I'm making, I'm using Yarn Inspirations Karen Simply Soft. And this was and you can feel it. It is very soft yarn. I got white, and this is 6-ounce ball, 315 yards. So this goes a long ways. But I've got several balls here, but I need lots to go to border all of my granny squares. So for this particular quilt, yes, they do. And I'm about to show you another one of Karen's. So this is the white yarn I'm using. This yarn here is called Yarn Inspirations Karen Latte Cakes. In the camera, it doesn't look pink and purple. Does it to you, Jeff? It's pinks and purples. I absolutely fell in love with this ball of yarns. So I have 7 balls of this. Yeah, I have 6 full balls to make these granny squares, which they'll all end up being sort of variegated throughout, depending where I leave off on one square. The variegations are very extended. So as you can see, I started this with the darker purple and it went into this light pink and it continued on to the light pink. So this square here, to get a perfect granny square, you need to make it on the diagonal. So I'm going to show you this one today, and I'm going to show you this one today, and then I'm going to show you, this is the border that I put on this one, and this is the border that's on the diagonal one. Now the way I'm going to put these together is probably way different than many of you have done. I don't like when you crochet the two squares. For example, you crochet them together with a single crochet and then they stick up like this. Don't like that.
That's not how you sew them together.
We're going to sew these together with a fancy slip stitch, and it's a pretty design. So I'll be doing all my rows in different colors of what I used in this these squares, and you'll see that eventually.
Gotta go tell.
Now this one
What?
here, all my squares here are made with 10 balls, 10 different colors of this paint box yarn from, let me just grab a label here. It's just paint box yarn from Love Crafts. So this is the yarn I'm using. These are the colors I'm choosing to do today. So I'm going to make 4 squares, alternating the colors in each square to get them each row different color, so that none of them will be with the same. You can see this is the same yarns, same colored yarns, only the colors are switched out for each row. And then it gets a border of white all the way around it. So I have only one square of this made, so that's I'm working on two, because you know how you get bored of sewing repetitively. This is how many I've got made so far, and Martha needs to know a count. I need 216 of these for a Afghan. So my Afghan is going to be,
She's only got about 60 done.
yeah, my Afghan's going to be about 12. Yeah, it's going to be 12 squares across, 18 rows. So 12 squares across, 18 rows. Remember that. So as you can see, all the pretty colors, like, come on, look at how gorgeous that's going to look when it's completed. All the different colors in it. So we've got those three. So what we've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's count them for Martha. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's a stack of 10.
Woohoo! 10. We got 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 20. No, I told you I have about 40 here. I'm probably right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 30 done. And remember, I need 216, so we have a long ways to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 42 done. And then there's these two I have to put the borders on. I haven't done the borders on these yet.
You've only got 40? Oh,
I have 42.
42. You got a long way to go.
Thanks for depressing me. That's why I switched it up to make two Afghans. Actually, I'm working on 3. I'm almost finished one. I have 10 rows to go on this one here, and I'll show you it. I'm almost done this one. I've been switching back and forth for doing the squares and working on the straight one. I'm almost finished this one. It is so freaking gorgeous. But like I said, it's at a point now where it's so big, it's annoying to work with. But I'll show you it. It's almost finished. This pretty one made with the oh shit. My thing unraveled. I pulled it. So let me bring up my yarn here so it doesn't pull out again. So this here, I have 10 rows. I actually have 9 rows because this white row was part of the 10. And then this is going to get a really pretty border all the way around it. As you can see, I have nothing to weave in because I've been weaving in all my ends. But this is that pixie dust.
Is it triple crochet?
Pixie dust yarn. See it? And I don't know if you can see the glitter in it.
Yeah, we can see it sparkle.
Yeah. So this one is close to being... No, this one here is a cross stitch crochet. This one is done with a cross stitch. Let me show you. This is a cross stitch crochet. And every other row is just a single crochet row. And then you switch your colors. So this one here is done. It's a cross stitch row. See, it's crossed. This is just a single, or no, this is a double crochet and this is a single crochet. And I don't know if that's the size hook I've been using, so let me just grab my actual hook that belongs to this. Yep, 5.5 it is. Okay. just so I don't have two hooks out here. So the way you do this one, this is like a fuzzy, very soft, fuzzy kind of a yarn. But I have loads of it because they discontinued this actual yarn. They discontinued it. So I tried to purchase what I could for the whites. I ended up with like 10 balls of this color pink. So I'm not sure what I'm going to make with that yet, but we'll see. So it's going to be super hard for you to see this because this yarn is very poofy, very poofy. But anyways, above each one of these is a single crochet. And then between them, there is a single crochet in here, like so. What you have to do, and I can't wrap this yarn because it's so thick, I cannot pull it tight. So what you have to do is you have to go into the single crochet that's above this set right there. So you're going to do a double crochet, and then now you're going to have a hole. So now you're going to go back, going backwards. So go back into this one here, this hole you skipped. And you're going to do a double crochet in there. And that's a cross stitch. They call it a cross stitch. So here I go in.
Over.
Yeah, no, it's a cross stitch. See the big hole?
Now where do you put the next one?
You got to go back. See where I've left a gap? Because I skipped a single crochet. Right there's a single crochet. I skipped it.
So you go ahead 2 and come back 1.
No, you skip one. And then you just crochet back over top. So now it's filled in. It's a very pretty stitch. And you know what, Amy? This is nice. This is a nice stitch to do with a super chunky wool because you'll have the afghan made in no time. The thing you got to be really concerned about is making sure all your colors line up in row by row by row. So you will know if you screwed up, and I have.
Be cockeyed.
Yeah, you'll know one of these cross stitches are in the wrong spot. You'll know right away. You can see it. So you have to pull it all out because for some reason you might have skipped a single crochet on the single crochet row. And I've done it. So what I do is I cheat, and I've screwed up quite a few times in here. I've somehow missed a single crochet, and my things weren't lining up. So what I did is I just kind of split between them. I split the threads and still went in there, just to make sure they line up. Yeah. So you're going to skip that single crochet here that's between the two, and you're going to go into the next one. You're going to do your double crochet, and then you're going to go back into the one you just skipped, and you're going to do your double crochet in there. And it's just, that's the way it is all the way across. So usually what I do here is because I started with this pink row, this has to be weaved in. No, I think I've crocheted this in, so this can just get chopped right off. And
Hi, Lynn.
Hi, Lynn. That's another way of doing it too. So that's I'll try to link the video below to the lady that made this. Forget her name, but I have her on my channel. I'll find it. I actually have this bookmarked. This afghan, but it's very close to being done.
It looks so soft.
It's 123 rows, and then she does a really ugly border on it. I think I told you guys that. I don't like the border. So I've been watching videos on different borders to find, because I'm going to just finish this in the white pixie dust. I'm just going to do all white around the border. And I want a pretty border. She just did a double crochet border all the way around, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like plain stuff like that.
I think a pretty little picot would be cool.
Yes, or a scalloped edge, a nice
scallop. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yes. But I mean, if you weave in as you go, you can tell that's the back of the afghan. That's the front. It's very, very, very pretty. And the yarn is this pixie dust yarn. I don't know if it's available anywhere in the United States anymore. I just know I had a hard time finding white. And our Michaels in Canada had white, and they had all my colors. I bought, and they only had like one or two balls of them. But the pink, they had lots, so I bought lots of the pink. So I've got enough to make another whole afghan in a different pattern. I'm not going to make this pattern, but this is a fair size afghan. 123 rows. I have 9 rows to go. I'm actually got 8 rows once I finish this pink one. When I finish this pink row, then I have 8 rows left to do, and then this is done. And this is really, really quite long, quite big, right to there. So it's nice and warm. It's light. It's not heavy. It looks like it might be heavy because it's so big and it's so bulky, but it's so pretty. It folds up nice. It's just, see, that's the back of it. You can tell this is the back. This is the front. Huge difference. See the difference? A little bit. Anyway. Yeah, so this I'm almost done. I'm super excited. But like I said, I just switch back and forth because when you do something repetitively, it gets monotonous and boring. And nobody wants to do it. So that's in there. Now, these are the colors. So what I do is I try to mix all my colors up when I'm working with the, these are all my colors here. Let me show you what I've been using. I've been using these little bags to keep them in. I should have 10 colors here. So there's 4, yep, 10. Sorry, guys.
Bless you. I just had a sneeze attack too.
So these are my 10 colors. These are all the 10 colors that there's 2 purples and there's 2 pinks. But when I ordered this from Lovecrafts, they came in a set of 10 with 10 different colors. I went on their website and tried to find this particular combination, and I couldn't find it. So I could have linked it below, and I can't find this color combination anymore. Considering I bought this last year. So that could be one of the main reasons why. But I have 4 in this bag, 4 colors in this bag, and 2 in this bag. So what I do is I just grab 4 colors. I don't even care what color they are. Like I made one the other day with both the pinks and both the purples. And I would look for it, but oh, right here. This is it. So that's both the pinks. Nope, not that one. This is both the pinks and both the purples. So this looks like a peachy pink. So it is different than this pink. So it does stand out still. And you could tell this is a light purple and a dark purple. So you can see the difference in, and plus there's 2 teals. There's a light teal here, and then there's a darker teal here. So there is 2 colors of teal. There's a gray, and that's a really soft, pretty gray. So there's 2 teals, 2 purples, 2 pinks, a beige and a yellow, a light, really pretty sage green, and that's about it. There's 10 different colors here, and that's how they sold this in package. So yeah, you just grab, you can see I've been going through, like I'm going to have definitely enough yarn because I still have a lot more of this yarn. I bought 4 sets of it when they were on, and I think I paid around $34 for all 10 balls of yarn. So at one time I bought two sets, and I put it aside, and then when I seen it on sale, I think it was like a few dollars off, I went and bought two more sets. So I originally have 4 balls of each of these yarns. I remember when they shipped this to me, they ripped me off for one of the pinks. I got 19 balls of yarn instead of 20. So I wrote the company. I told them that you missed out on this color. It was this color pink, to be exact, this soft pink here. And they shipped me a ball of yarn right away. Instantly, I got my ball of yarn. I told them it came with 9, and it didn't come with this color here. They needed to know the exact color. Thankfully, I had this color still, because they wanted the lot number and all that shit, because they needed to send me the exact pink. And I got it in the mail right away. So it was pretty awesome. So what I do is I pull out, as you can see, there's my 4 strands of each of these balls, and I just sit these little bags. I kind of close it up a little bit, and I sit them in my little container. Can you grab it off my desk? On my desk. It's actually on Sean's computer desk. It's a round container. I'll show you my container. I took it in my craft room and I forgot to bring it back out. I was cleaning up yesterday because we had a family barbecue here yesterday. It was so nice. I mean, the 2 girls came, and then my daughter's friend, who I deliver mail to where she works at like a Delico childcare services. I invited her to come for the barbecue, and we all ended up sitting in my gazebo because it was pouring rain and thundering and lightning, and everybody was like, this is so nice. Sitting outside in the pouring rain. Okay, so I have this container here. I bought this from Walmart. It's a yarn holder. So I just squish my balls of yarn into this container here. It's very easy to do. Sometimes you have to take the paper off. I haven't taken the paper off. So now I've got all my yarn squished in there, in the bag to boot. Okay. So I'm just going to tuck these so they don't get in my way inside here. Don't want to close this up too tight because I don't want my yarn to snag. And then you put this. So I just take all of the ends and line them all up. This one. You just line them all up. You put them through your hole, like so.
Yeah, I've seen them done before.
And then you just put the lid on it. And then you sit this down on the floor beside you. And this is nice because if your yarn gets a little bit stuck or something, and you got to get in there, and they leave you this little lid to capture it with. So I just like to sit this down on the floor, pull some yarn out, and that's how I do it. I don't put my white in here. So we're going to start with the colored one. We're going to do 4 ways. This is the white yarn that I will border my squares with. So we'll just start with any color here. So let's start with the purple, since that's the easiest one. And then these ones here, these extra ones here, I just sit them to the side here, throw them over the arm of that chair there. And now we're going to just create a square. So let me see if I can come up any closer. I don't know if this will. Nope, that's as close as it comes. All right, that's it. This is as close as we get. So I like to start with this end, and I'm going to explain why, especially when you're adding yarn, like we're going to switch our colors up. You want to start with this end and you want to wrap it around your finger like that. Cross it over, pull it off, and put your hook in there and grab it. Grab that short piece, this little short piece right here. And the reason being, if you wrap it the other way, you can't pull. See? That's the side you're going to pull. You need this piece here, and I'll explain that as I go, why I do it this way. So you're going to start with a chain 4.
This is the diagonal one?
No, this is just my pretty ones, these ones. We're going to make 4 of them, and I'm going to show them how to make 4. And we're going to coat them with white.
Oh, dang, I wanted to see the diagonal one.
Martha wants to see the pretty diagonal one. I could do this one first if you want. I've already got
do
this.
What you're doing. Keep going.
This one here is made.
That looks like a freaking scrunch pad to me.
Yeah. No, believe me, if you guys look, you can see all the holes. It is super soft. It feels like silk. Don't listen to Martha. It's not a scrunch pad. All right, so you want to slip stitch in the first stitch to form a ring. That's it. Keeping this short end pulled. So just slip stitch.
How many chains? 5 or 6?
4.
4.
So now we have this hole right there. See the hole? We're going to work double crochets in there. So you're going to chain 2, and you're going to make 2 more double crochets. Oops, I split my wool there. You're going to make 2 more double crochets into that ring. But what I'm doing is I'm carrying this behind, so it's getting weaved in. Now you're going to chain 2, and you're going to do 3 more double crochets. So this is forming your corners of your granny square. And actually, 3 double crochets are considered a granny stitch. This is a granny bundle here. You're going to chain 2. You're going to do 3 more double crochets. You want to have 4 clusters of the granny stitch. Keeping that tail and remembering to double crochet 2 in between your clusters. And then 3. Now this is the only row you're going to finish with 2 chains. So you need 2 chains, and you need to join in the top of your second chain that you created. So you're going to join into the top of the second chain with a slip stitch, like so. So this is what you've got. So now you're going to chain 1, pull your yarn up, snip it off, and give that a good tight pull. So what I do between my rows, I weave in. I don't leave this shit to the end. So you can see it's kind of got like a little gap there. I just go straight across in here and down the middle one, the middle double crochet. I go down the middle one, and then I go in behind and weave.
Mark.
Like that. And then I'll go in a few more. And then I will split one of these, and I will go through there and run that through. So that's good to cut off and good to cut off. That's weaved into. So there is your center with your 4 corners of your granny square. See? Right there. Now let's grab another color. Let's take the beige. Now, here's why it's important for you to make your, why is my thing like that? Okay. To wrap it with this short end. Okay, so I have the short end, and that's what's going to tighten, and that's what's going to loosen is this short end. So we're going to join our yarn, and you're going to join it any one of the corners. Doesn't really matter what corner. And you're going to join it with a slip stitch, just like this. Now, the reason, if you can see, this loosened up. If you were to use your working thread side, this working yarn, you wouldn't be able to tighten this loop around here. So when you go to the back here, you can pull that to tighten that up. Okay. And then you're going to create 2 chains. And then you're going to carry this in the back behind, and you're going to weave that in as you crochet. So you're going to do 3 double crochets, but your 2 double chain here counts as a double crochet. So your chain always counts. And you're going to do 2 chains between your double crochets, your granny clusters. They're called a granny cluster, I guess. Granny stitches. So that's one corner. You're not going to chain between these. So you're just going to go into the next chain space, and you're going to do another corner by doing 3 double crochets, 2 chains, and 3 double crochets. And don't forget your 2 chains.
Don't forget the chains.
And I'm using a hook, which is a 5mm hook. 5 millimeters or H8. H/8 or 5mm in Canada and the UK. I don't know. I know the Americans sell lettered ones, H or an 8. I don't know. Who uses 8? The Americans use letters, don't you, Martha?
Yeah, we got GHIJ.
Yeah, I know yours are all labeled in alphabets. Ours are labeled in millimeters.
I think nowadays they make them with a number and millimeter.
They make all, yes, because I've bought, my crochet hooks are from Amazon. I don't like the crochet hooks that have the bulky handles. I can't function with those.
Them are for people with arthritis.
Yeah. The ergonomic ones, they still are not the great, and I do not like plastic crochet hooks. I cannot use plastic. And I'll tell you why. Because sometimes your hands get warm and they sweat and your yarn sticks to your crochet hook.
Yeah, I don't.
No.
I'm like the metal.
Yep. So there's my last corner right here. I'm going to do my last corner. And you're going to do 3 double crochets. And that container that holds, and you do not do chains between this. You just go to the top of your second crochet and you do a slip stitch. That's it. And pull it nice and snug. Now you're going to do 1 chain, pull your yarn out and cut it. And the 1 chain just helps kind of lock it a little bit, you know. So there's that. Get your big fat needle ready and start yarning. Start weaving in your ends. Keep on the ball with this because it's no fun having to sit and weave in.
Yeah, I weave them in every time I cut one.
Yeah, you're like me. I don't like leaving that to the end.
It ends up getting caught up in all your other stuff, and
Yeah.
it's like, nah.
So I just pull that, snip it, and I mean it takes 2 seconds for you to weave this in. All right, let's pick another color. Let's do pink, since that's the going one right here. Let's pull some yarn out of our bucket. Besides, I got that bucket from Walmart a few years back. They have the buckets, and I try to shape it as I go, but yeah, it's a losing battle. So remember, this here is the one you want to tighten with. So when you do your slip stitch, you tighten this over that post. So see, it's like a knot there, and then you chain two. And I would say chain two loosely. Don't do it tight. So now this row we have to do in between. Have any of you heard of artisan? I think that's how it's pronounced. Artisan crochet?
I think I have.
Okay, let me when I take my break, I'm gonna go get my artisan crochet hooks so you can see them. So now this one here, you got to do 3 in all these spaces between your corners. So this one you're going to do only 1, because the next row you're going to have 2 spaces that you have to do 2 granny clusters. This one you only need 1 granny cluster. And then you're back at your corner. And I mean, these squares will take you 15 minutes if you just sit and crochet them. They're pretty quick to make. There's only 4 rows, and the 2 first rows are pretty small. The last row takes a little bit longer because you're having to do 2 granny clusters between your corners. And they don't use a lot of yarn. Like, man, I've made a lot of squares out of just these balls. And these are used balls. Some of these were used.
Yeah, it takes a very little to go around once.
Yeah, they're not big squares. So now we're at the end here of this round. And you're going to join 1, 2, you're going to join in the top of the second chain with just a slip stitch, and then pull your yarn through. And give that a good tight pull. So there's that done. And then we're just going to weave. This part here is already weaved in because I weaved it in as I was making it. Making those 6 crochets.
Ow.
In behind. Pulling it, not too tight. You don't want to distort it. And then split your yarn and go back up. And that's it. 5 seconds to weave that in. I counted. And don't be like me. Get a nice sharp pair of scissors and go to snip it and snip the actual stitches. I did that the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I had to redo the whole row. I had to redo the whole square because I snipped it. I think when I was snipping it, it snipped on this row here. So the last color we have is this color, is the teal, the darker teal. So we're just going to make a ring. And we'll join it to any corner. Doesn't matter. Just makes it very easy. You could see how loose that becomes. Pull it nice and tight. And then put it behind you. Okay, and do 2 chains. And now do 5 more double crochets. Keeping that, making sure you're catching that. Sometimes, like on the other quilt that I make, I actually stitch this in, and I would do this, and I would pull both pieces up onto the hook like this. Because of that yarn being very easy to pull out, I would go through that and crochet it in so it has no way of coming out because it's weaved, actually crocheted right in with it. So again, I'll show you how I do that. I pull up both of these pieces and I pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now this is completely weaved in here. And then the last stitch, I will just tuck it down like so. And there, it's completely weaved in, and I know that's never going to come out. So I'll just snip that off. It's done. Oops. It is done like that. These are such pretty colors. Whoever made up this color combination were very, very smart people.
Must be going to be a warm day because it's already 82 degrees.
Oh my God, Martha, I bet you it's 100 outside and 110 humidity.
Oh, God.
It's gross. So now I have to do 2 granny clusters between my corners.
The first thing I done when I come in here was turn my wall unit on. Holly's like, it's 9 o'clock, Mom. Get the hell out of bed. Feed me. Feed me.
Yep, feed me. Yeah. Hungry kitty cat. Is she eating good now, Martha?
When I give her canned food, she's been nibbling on her dry food.
She doesn't really like her dry food.
Yeah, she just would rather have the wet food. Cats can be easily spoiled with wet food. That's a fact.
Oh. And how often do you give her wet food?
Twice a day now, mornings and for dinner time.
Do you give her lots, or how much do you give her?
I give her, let's say, oh, yeah, maybe a quarter of a can.
Oh. Do you mix it over her dry food, or she won't eat it?
No, I just give it to her. I tried mixing it with her dry food one time, and it didn't go over too well.
No. So this pattern here, I mean, this is I'm not going to say this is just Lori Holt pattern. Come on. How many years has Granny Squares been out?
Oh, longer than I've been alive.
Yeah, it's just her
Take on it.
it's the different colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's her. I mean, how many people? I'm not even going to say she's the only one that's ever done this because I've seen Granny Squares where every row were different colors too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just she's showing it with all of her chunky threads.
Right.
And those are just not affordable for me. And I'm not paying $7, $8 for a ball of chunky thread, which is equivalent to your ball of cotton that Bernat makes, the cotton, 100% cotton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am not paying that kind of a price for yarn. And besides, I don't want to make a quilt or a quilt, an afghan out of cotton thread because it is very heavy.
Yeah, it was like Herb's mom would go up north with Margaret, his sister. And she's got one gigantic granny square throw on her bed. I mean,
And
it's
she,
just one continuous granny square.
yeah,
And Herb's mom says, "Well, hell, I had to crawl out of bed to roll over
is
because
it
it
made
was
out
so
of
heavy."
cotton?
Probably. Who knows?
If
But
it's heavy,
it was funny.
this is not a heavy yarn. This one I'm using. This one here in particular is lighter and it's bigger and it's lighter than this one. So, yeah, it's a lighter yarn. I just love these granny squares. So now, what I do when I'm working with my 4 colors, I keep this one right here so I can see what I already did. So because I ended in this teal color, that's the color I'm going to start the next square with. I always start with, instead of switching my yarns out right now, since I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
make
a
a
good
center
idea.
with this
You
color,
already got it out. Might as well.
might as well make your center. So again, chain 4, and go into there. Oops, get out of there. Pull that. Might have made it too tight, you dumb dork. And
Dork.
that
She's a
is
dork.
here.
Dork.
Actually, no. Pull that out. Now I'm going to make with this. It's just easier. There we go. There we go. Now we'll join it. Slip stitched to form a circle. Chain 2 and go into that hole. And then don't forget to weave your yarn in the back. Once you get the little hole established, it's easy.
Easy.
Yeah,
Easy peasy,
easy,
beautiful
breezy.
cover girl.
Easy breezy. So this is the start of a new square. Now, I mean, Lori Holt's quilt or her granny square afghan is made with 30 something colors. So, I mean, eventually I'm probably going to end up repeating the same colors. And I don't think you're going to notice that as long as you don't put, like, say I made another one like this without realizing I used the same 4 colors I already did once. You don't put them side by side. I mean, put it on another row.
Cold pizza for breakfast.
That's why when you make something like this, it's a good idea to make all your blocks first, because then you just take your take them and lay them all out on your floor, and you switch them around if you see any colors that are same close together, that or a repeat block if you don't want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But every single one of the blocks looks different switching up the colors. And I'm going to see that here shortly when we finish this one up. Just by changing the colors around, you got a totally different looking granny square. I don't know. I'm enjoying sitting here watching videos. After I get home from work, I get myself some lunch. Oopsies, see what I forgot to do, and you're going to know when you do that. So I forgot to chain 2 because we're joining this first row. So you definitely, I probably don't need that much yarn. I just wasted it, but hey. And these darning needles have big fat eyes on them. So you could fit pretty thick yarn through these. And I fit that Pixie dust yarn through, and it's fuzzy. It's a fuzzy yarn. So give that a good tight pull. Split your seam back there and pull her through that way. So that's done. And there we go, like that. Now, the next color I'll grab, since this row is pink, it's sitting right here in front of me. So now we use the short end method, because now I'm joining it to a row and I want it to be tight. I want it to be a tight around this post of this slip stitch. So chain 2, and you'll see that pull tight. So that tightens it right up nicely. If you use this working thread, you're not going to be able to pull it. Hi, Camper 14. You're making granny squares this morning. Glad I didn't miss them.
Camper 14. Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Okay, so chain 2. We're just doing corners again, unfortunately. We've got no granny clusters in between. A granny cluster is 3 double crochet. And all of you that make granny squares know a granny cluster consists of 3 double crochets or triple crochets, but I've always known it to be a double crochet. And I think in the UK, they call a double crochet a treble. Our trebles are not the same as theirs. So Canada and the US use the same term, double crochet, triple crochet, in the same form as the UK does not. They call them trebles or triples. I'm pretty sure it's a treble. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what they call a double crochet. So if you're ever watching a UK video and they say treble and you're used to a treble, you're going to wrap your yarn twice and you're going to pull through 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. To me, that's a treble, a triple crochet. But in the UK, it's just a double crochet. All right, that ends that round. And pull that out. Get that a good tight pull. I'm going to split that there, and I'm going to go back up. And I don't care if I poke through, split the yarn, or anything like that when I'm going back up it. It's probably better, less likely to come undone in the washes. All right, so that one is done. So next color, just grab one here. The beige, I guess. And you don't really need a long tail because you're going to cut that yarn off anyway. Actually, I'll leave that right there so you guys can see the difference, how this is already looking like a totally different granny square.
Huh. So I found my StreamYard.
Uh-huh.
And it said expires 1 of 2023. How?
They already took your payment?
Well, it should be for 1 year, so that would have been 8/20/23. But they can't take my payment because it's the wrong account.
You closed that account now?
No, I changed banks.
Oh, right.
Oh, you know what?
Hi, Joyce. How are you? Good morning. What?
That might be when the card expired.
Okay, but it says edit your payment. Your payment method allows you to edit it. You can enter your new banking information right there.
Yeah, but I don't want
Can't
it to
tell
come
what you're
out right
doing.
yet. I want it to
I
come
can't
out
tell
like
what
the
you're
end of the
doing.
month.
Oh, I'm sorry, camper. What do you want to see me? What I'm doing? I'm creating squares, granny squares,
Hi, Joyce.
with double crochets. Oh, so do you need a step by step? If you want to just hold off a minute. When I finish this round, this square, I will show you what I'm doing on the next square. I'll explain it. Because now I'm in the middle of a square, it's going to be too confusing for you. I don't want to confuse people.
She's a fast crocheter. Making the one beside you.
What?
Yeah, she's making the same square, but just different colors and different sequences.
Yep, you just switch up the colors. You take 4 colors and you make, because there's 4 rows, making the one beside you. Yes, I'm just making this with the same colors, except this is the purple now. This is the teal. I finished with the teal on this. I started with the teal. The next 2 squares I make, because out of 4 colors, you should get 4. Okay, I know this square. Okay. Yeah, it's Lori Holt made this with her 30 something different. I mean, this is just a basic granny square where you chain two between your granny clusters. You chain two so you can make your corners. You could
Yay,
chain
Joyce.
three.
She's going to go by 10 yard colors. Exciting.
Oh, you're gonna make this, Joyce? Do you want to see the yarn I'm using? I can show you the yarn I'm using. It's Paint Box. If you go to Lovecrafts, it's called Lovecrafts, Lovecrafts. Google Lovecrafts. Go to their website. Type in Paintbox Aran, Aran, Paintbox Aran yarn. They have a multitude of colors. Um, Actually, if you look, it shows you a list at top of all their different colors, and below that, okay, I'll show you again, Joyce. And below the color list, it says coming back in stock is all their colors that are coming back in stock that they're out of stock in. So I liked when they offered the 10 colors and they made the colors up for you, and you got to see all 10 colors on the website at that time. Now, where is my other colors? Oh, they fell. Hang on, let me get to this. So the last one, we've done the pink. We need the purple. Where's my purple? Why have I got purple there? All right, so we need the purple because the purple was the one I used in the center. Yeah, it's from a place called Lovecrafts. And this is Paint Box yarn. See? It's Paint Box yarn. And it is here it is. They're 100-gram balls too. They're 100-gram balls, and I like that because a lot of places only sell 50-gram balls, and then you need double, and you pay double. But yeah, this is Paint Box yarn by Lovecrafts. So, all right. So, oh, that's got a knot in it. I could pull a knot out, or I could cut the yarn off. And because I don't know how much yarn I need for 216 squares, I have to cut it splitting up. We'll just waste it. Okay, so we're going to add this to our color here. So this is the last row. In your thumb there, it looked like two different types of squares. Are you going to do it too? Yes, Camper. This is a granny square. And if you want an absolute perfect square, granny square, diagonal crocheting a granny square on the diagonal like this, you get a nice perfect square. And you could see the little holes. You can see them through this nice, pretty fuzzy yarn. I love this yarn I'm using. I showed it at the beginning, but before I start that square, I will definitely show you guys that yarn again. It's actually right here. This is called Yarn Inspirations Karen. This is the latte cakes. And the why they're called a latte cake is because they're very soft. There's no wool in this. I believe this is all acrylic.
The latte cake is the way it's shaped. It's not a ball of yarn. It's
No,
a
it's
compressed
latte
latte.
cake because of the fuzzy yarn. They have regular Karen cakes. This is
Oh,
latte cake. If you
okay.
type in Karen cakes, you're going to get their regular yarn. You type in latte cakes, you're going to get their fuzzy yarn. Gotcha?
Ah,
Yes.
gotcha.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yep. Okay. So it is 58% acrylic and 42% nylon. So there is absolutely no wool in this. It's so soft. I wish you guys, I wish you could feel this. Martha
Wait a
said it
minute.
was,
Wait a minute. I'm feeling the screen. Oh, it's soft.
I love it because it's variegated. I mean, they're extended variegated. They're not their regular where, little pieces variegated like your normal yarn. This is an extended because I was able to make pretty much a whole square with just a little bit of dark purple in it. But remember, when I make all my granny squares with these balls, you're going to get different colors, and that's what you're just going to lay them out on your, in different. Don't you know you're going to try not to put like two pieces like this together if you don't have to. That's why I love the three colors of purples. So it's actually not even pink, Martha. It's a very soft purple. This
Yeah, I can
light
see a very
is
light
like a
purple,
powdery
like
purple.
a lilac-y
Yes. Then you get into this
kind of
other
here.
purple, and then you get into the darker purple. And then there's this color purple, which is again, to me, these four colors here, right there, make up all the purples. So it's actually the purple yarn. And I forget, does it say the color on here?
On screen, it looks like it's got
It's
gray
called
spots.
blackberry. This one here is called blackberry. I don't know why. Well, it because it probably is the colors of a blackberry, to be
Yeah,
honest.
because they are actually a
They
deep,
are
deep, deep
purpley.
purple. Hey, morning, Dada.
Tie dye. All right, let's get this one done here so I can
She was
show.
supposed to be going back towards home yesterday.
Did you get home yesterday, Dye Dye? So let's
She's
make.
supposed to be going to a different place. Ay, ay, ay.
Do you still have that headache from hell?
Who?
You from the COVID.
You're not in Invercargill yet? What the hell?
Oh, why? She's still in Dunedin?
Dundin.
Dundon?
Dunigan. Oh my god. Why did they change now?
Gosh, how long have you been in Dunedin? London.
Well, she was there, been there damn near a week now. Because
They're
it was like
probably making sure the pacemaker's
it was
working
like
properly, maybe.
3 days before they fixed her pacemaker,
Oh, jeez.
and one of the leads was poking at her heart.
At her heart?
All hell broke
Wow.
loose, I can tell you. Oh, all hell broke loose. Uh-oh. What did you do now, Dai Dai? Did you fart the wrong way and they didn't like it? You're there till Monday? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, wow.
What the hell they do now? Oh. I have restarted this necklace twice, and then I'm going to cut it apart and start it again.
Piece of black
I just don't seem
lint.
to like it.
Why? don't you like it? What are you doing wrong?
Well, this one I'm making for Jay Lynn, and some of the clothes that she's wore, she's more of a creamy browns type of girl. I'm
Yep.
thinking, and I've got cream and brown and a kind of a in between color. I mean, the colors look pretty,
Hmm.
but for some reason, it's just not catching my eye with black and gold.
Right.
I don't know. I think it's maybe the cream, the very light cream color.
Hmm.
Um, Maybe I need a silver lined brown. I'll have to dig through my beads. No, camper, I'm beading. I'm beading a necklace. Oh, God, Dai, what the hell happened? My kids are going to the media after all this.
Oh boy.
Oh, Dai, you got to fill us in on that.
Yep.
Start typing, woman. Start typing.
Something bad had to have happened.
Did they drop you on the floor?
All right. Pull it nice and tight. Snip. Snip. Now, same yarn, just switched up the colors. I hate
No,
how they
your
curl.
corners are popping up. Is that because your stitches are too tight?
No, it will lay flat eventually. Don't not to worry. So there's the same yarns, switched up. Now we need to do pink and beige as our next. So we'll start with the beige. We will make our square. I'm going to just take a little break here. I'll be right back. Hang on. I'll be right back.
It has been one thing after another, and for the whole 10 weeks, you could
Yeah.
not believe.
10 weeks you've been in the hospital. Holy cow.
Yeah,
I'd die.
done a couple months, that's for sure.
Can you see my be right back sign?
Yes.
Okay. Just in case somebody comes in. Oh man, I have to go pee and Jeff's in the bathroom showering. Great.
So go in there and flush it.
And burn them. Go ahead. Let's burn them. Let's do it.
I'm sure he's seen you naked before, maybe. Or you've seen him naked, one of the two.
I don't want to look at it.
Can I give you my mother's opinion on basic squares? That's about all she made. Uh, so your mother did like a lot of granny squares, huh? Okay, I'm gonna search for a silver line brown. Cross your fingers, people. I'm thinking maybe I should put a copper in there too, but I don't know. Okay, I've got them browns, which is really a pretty color, but that's not silver line brown. God, I hope I got a silver line brown. I think I bought one day. It what's that? What's that? That's a purple. Oh my god, I don't have a silver line brown. Wait a minute. No, that's purple. What is that? Is that purple? Yeah, it's purple. I don't see any people. Oh no. Crap, delicious. Crap, 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 crap. Yeah, what is this? What's this? Oh, that's pretty ugly brown. What's that? 15 oh. Not enough for what I need. Oh my god, I don't have a silver line brown. That's not right. Not right at all. I just tore my drawer all to pieces. Ay, ay, ay. I've got some in a size 10. She made granny squares 90% of the time. The basic granny square, she told me to keep them looking more square and to stop the curling, to turn each around the opposite way, to flip it so it creates no right or wrong side. And they both match. Okay, so what color is this? It don't say what color. Oh,
And my both caterpillars have turned into chrysalis. So both of my monarch butterflies, one was going to hatch on the 17th of August. The other one will be the 19th of August because it had just turned to a chrysalis yesterday in the evening.
yeah, well, show us. Show us.
Well, I'll have to wait now. I'm sitting down. Okay, before I go into this square to show everyone, that's true too, Camper. Yes, that's very true. But I'm not turning mine because I'm going to have mine's all going to be one side. These are Tunisian crochet hooks, which I'm going to show you the basic technique of this. One thing I was pissed off about ordering these crochet hooks is they didn't come with a 6mm or a 6.5. I can't remember. Yeah, they didn't come with a 6.5. So I have to order that one separately. But this is from Amazon, and it's an entire package of crochet hooks. I don't, I think the 2.5 might be the smallest. So they run in range from, yeah, it goes to 7, no, 2.0 is the smallest, because then there's a 2.5. But the half sizes, there's no 6.5. There's a 5.5, there's a 4.5, there's a 3.5, but there's no set 6.5. And 6.5 is a very popular size in crocheting for sure. So there is a 6, which to me is a pretty big hook. But this is a long hook because this is not something you're gonna, you get every size in this package. They're nice and they're metal. They're not plastic. And I got these off of Amazon. So I can go order the 6.5 if I need it all by itself. You can order just one hook.
Well, that's just downright not right.
No, it doesn't make sense that they gave you all the half sizes. I think they just gave you the most popular. The 6 feels like it's pretty big. This looks like a pretty big hook to me.
Yeah.
For a 6mm. Okay, let's just take the 5 and I'll measure it with my 5. Where's the 5? That's 5.5. Where's 5? This has to be it. Yeah. And I'll measure it with this. Oh. It's a tiny bit bigger. Yes. So these are bigger hooks. But these here will make one really pretty big square. And there are so many different patterns out there. And this came with the needles in this bag. It also came with those little pin. I don't have any on me to show you. It came with a whole set of darning needles. These needles here. Where is that? Oh, I can't reach it. It came with the darning needles. I forget what else it came with. It came with everything you need for basically maybe a counter. It might have been a counter. And it comes in its own little bag. So I just leave them in this bag. I haven't used them yet. But they are pretty. Okay. So that's garbage. Let's move that because we're not making that right now. So to start this basic granny square, you wanted, Joyce, are you still here? If you are, comment. Anyway, you're going to start with a chain 4.
We're doing the diagonal one, right?
No, this ain't diagonal. This ain't my diagonal yarn. And I'm making a square because Joyce wants to see this. So I joined it.
She's here.
Okay. So you chain 4 and you join it. You must know how to do that. And chain 2. Now you're going to go work 2 more double crochets because your chain 2 is going to count as a double crochet. Some people chain 3 for a double crochet. I just find that too big. Get in there. The starting is a pain in the butt. And then when you have your 3, you're going to chain 2. And you're going to do another granny cluster. And a granny cluster is 3 double crochets. Three, chain 2. So I've got three sets of granny clusters there, and I need one more. Chain 2. Put it in there. Sometimes you got to shift your stitches over to get them in that circle, that ring. And then you're going to finish this round, and this only round is with a chain 2. And then you're going to join in the top of the chain 2s that you did at the beginning of the round. And then you're going to slip stitch it. And then you're going to chain 1. Pull your yarn up and pull it through and cut it. Make a nice snug. So there's your granny square starter. And then you're going to weave your ends in right away. I don't mess around with this. I do it right away when I finish the round. And I'm just going to go around a bit because this is the beginning one. And then I go back and I split it over top of that yarn and pull it through. And it's good and snug and it's weaved in. So now I can cut off both these like so. Okay, so there's that. So from this one here, we've done, for the second round, we've done a pink and a beige. So let's grab our purple. And we'll do the second round in purple. And my yarn just knotted all up. Ooh. How would I do that? There we go. Oh, my purple's wrapped all around it. Okay. So just carefully grab the purple. I'm just going to sit these right here off to the side. And now we'll do the purple. And you're going to join it by creating a loop. Lots of people, and I mean a lot of people, how they join their yarn is they just stick their needle in, they hook the yarn on, and they pull it through. And then they chain. No thanks. I don't do that because I'm always scared my yarn's going to pull out when I weave it in. So it's better to create that little extra security with that little knot. And it's not really a knot, but I mean, it doesn't come out that easy once you tighten it. So you're going to hook it in there. Then you're going to pull this piece tight and chain 2. And now we're going to weave this in. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to pull up both pieces. See, I have both of those on my hook, and I'm going to pull through 3 and then pull through 2. But because my thing is so short, so now
Hi, Sandy.
Hi, Sandy. All right, so there's that one. 3, chain 2, because you're in a corner. Chain 2 and do 3 more double crochets. So there is one corner. Okay, so remember the second row I've already done the pink and the beige, so I'm doing the purple. So on the next granny square I make, I have to do the teal color as the second row. That way I'll have the beige, the pink, the purple, the teal as my second row. So that's what you want to be watching for when you're making with 4 colors. You just need 4 colors of your 10 or 20 or whatever amount of colors you choose. I'm just choosing 10 because that's all Lovecrafts offered me at the time, was 10 pastel colors. Now you're going to do 3, this is called a granny cluster, chain 2, and now a granny cluster. 3 double crochets is a granny cluster in granny square terms. Okay, now you're on to your next corner because there's no space here yet, but there will be on the next round. We will have to stick a granny cluster between our corners. like so. Some people hold their crochet hooks like this. I've tried. I can't. I'll show you. I just can't do it. I can't even
That's how
maneuver
I hold it.
like this.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
Well, it's like, how do you do it your way?
I'm trying so hard to do it. It's not easy. It's too much maneuvering for me. That kills your wrist. You're right, camper. You're right. Tell her. So now you're going to do your granny cluster chain 2. Granny cluster is in all your corners. Granny cluster chain 2, granny cluster. And then move on to the next corner. And you're going to just repeat that. And crocheting is a lot easier to learn than knitting.
Oh, yeah. I so agree. Knitting, I could never get. Too loose, too tight.
Yes.
Throw it across the room. Give it up.
Yep. So now you're going to join with a slip stitch in the top of that second chain that you made on this round. And then you're going to do a chain 1. And you're going to cut your thread, your yarn. Okay, so now we're going to weave in this end. I don't want any weight and want any ends weaved.
Oh, I'm cutting it apart. Cutting it apart.
Okay, that's weaved in. And because it's the last one, I'm going to go this way and double it. So cut that and cut that. So now we've got our purple. Now here, for our third round, we have the pink, the beige. So we already got beige and purple. So pink, beige, we need teal and purple, but I've already used the purple. So we're going to take the teal and do the third round with the teal. And of course, the fourth round will have the pink on the outside. Again, it's going to look like a whole different square. So go in with your slip stitch of attaching your new yarn or your new color. You can see this is very loose around that post. If you pull it like that, it'll tighten it right up. See? That's what you need to do. And then you're going to bring it in behind your yarn, chain 2, keep that nice and snug. And now what I like to do is at least one stitch of pulling up both yarns that I'm carrying in the back. Holding this is my tail yarn, I got it here. So you're literally only pulling through 2, honestly, and then finish it off. That way it gets weaved in and you can't, it's not going to come undone on you if you at least crochet it in with one stitch. It's going to stay in there nicely. All right. So there's one corner. Now you got to do a granny cluster in this space between your corners. So it's just 3 double crochets in there. There's no chaining, nothing, just 3 double crochets. Don't catch that over here. You don't want to drag that across the back here because you'll see it. That's why I put that extra stitch in there. So now you're going to do a granny cluster in the chain space in your corner. keep this from tangling in with my teal. Okay, and you're going to chain 2 and another granny cluster in that same corner space. Like so, and then you're going to do a granny cluster in that space, which is just 3, no chains, no nothing, just 3 double crochets. And then move into the corner and do your repeat of granny cluster, 2 chains, and a granny cluster. And then 3 in there. And then I'm in my corner space. Now I'm going to show you the border that I put on this that will keep it nice and flat.
We want it nice and flat.
Yes. So now that you've finished your granny cluster there, you're at the end. You're going to join in the second chain from where you started with a slip stitch. So it's joined. And then you're going to chain 1. Okay, so we're done with the teal yarn right now. And we're going to weave this in.
I need some new small scissors. I think these are surgical scissors. They are like dull.
Oh yeah, surgical scissors are dull. Okay. Snip. Snip. Okay. And that is our square. Now we're going to attach the pink on the outside. That's the purple. We want the pink. Alright, so let's bring some yarn out. Okay. Now, just join that with your slip stitch, chain 2, and tighten this before you start weaving it in. Okay. And then when you do your first double crochet in here, go in and see your piece hanging there. Grab both of those on your hook. Bring it up. Just weave it in a little extra so it doesn't come undone. So I just do it once and then I go over it, over top of it. Oops, that was split, but I don't care about that. Can't even see it. Chain 2. And now carry that on the last 3 double crochets.
Are y'all catching this because she goes so fast?
I showed that slow. And you could probably cut it off if it annoys you, because it does annoy me. So now you got to put a granny cluster here and a granny cluster here. You got to do 2 granny clusters. So that 2 granny clusters is 3 double crochets. So there's 2 granny clusters, no chaining, nothing, just straight in. The only time you're going to chain on this granny square is in the corner between your granny clusters. The only time you're chaining. You can make this with chain spaces between all of your granny clusters. It's entirely up to you. But that might make your granny square too roughly. Just depends how you do it. So this is the last round. And then we have one more square to make with the remaining 4 color choices. And then you could see what your force, ouch, Tessa. Tessa went to the vets the other day. Oh my God, she's so cute. To get a checkup for her yearly, she's a year old. And she weighs 13.7 pounds. And in order to give my dogs the tick and the flea medication for summer to keep ticks and fleas from coming on them. I mean, they've never had fleas, but this medicine that it's called Provectin or something like that. It's good for 3 months. So this will do us for the rest of the summer because we bought a tent trailer, and we're going to camp for the rest of the summer.
Did it arrive yet?
No, but they called me yesterday to set up the delivery.
What's taking them so long?
They had to do an inspection and they're backlogged. Every trailer has to be inspected in the dealership, that everything is in working condition. So yeah, we're going to get that probably, I hope, next week. Then we're going to camp for the rest of the summer and take our doggies because we want to go to where it's kind of a lot of tall grass behind us, but it's well maintained, but there's still tall grass. They don't cut all the grass around the lake and everything like that. So but I wanted them to have that tick and flea medication because the ticks are really, really bad here where I live. Super bad. So
yeah, they're pretty bad everywhere this year, I heard.
Yeah, the last thing you want is get a deer tick with Lyme disease. That'll kill your dog. They can't even help them. Like if a human gets Lyme disease, they have it for life. It never goes away. It flares up constantly.
So does that mean they get to wear a flea and tick collar too?
No. No, they don't need it.
I had to say it.
I know. They don't need it though with that Provectin or whatever it is. It's $65 one tablet. It's a chewable tablet. So there we go. We've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3.
Has any other dogs had that medicine before? You know, like the dogs that go to the vet. Has any of them dogs had that?
Who, mine?
No, that Provectin or whatever you're talking about.
No.
A lot of the medicines out there are so sketchy it kills your damn dog.
Oh, no. My daughter has been giving it to Charlie for years and years.
Okay. Good deal.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the effect that I got so far. Out of 4 colors, each one of these granny squares looks different. So now in the center here, the last color remaining is the pink. And that's the one I just ended with. So we're going to start with the pink. And there's our set of 4 squares. And then we'll mix our yarn up again and pick 4 more colors. Now it's going to get into a point where I'll probably start repeating colors. Because I'll show you how many squares I have made. Okay, so there's chain 2, and my hole is down here.
Yeah, that's what scares me, Sandy.
Yeah, well, I know that the collar, the tick and flea collar, has caused a lot of dogs with seizures by Hearts. I think it's Hearts. Yeah, I stay away from anything that's Hearts. The Hearts shampoo, the tick and flea shampoo, I stay away from that. And I go strictly to the vet to get something that's safe for the dogs, and that's been well, used over years and years and years. There's also another one that you can give your dog or cat, whatever, that's a month-to-month basis. And, well, I think it's a lot better than finding a tick on your dog and then finding out that your dog has Lyme disease. We have so many deer ticks here, Sandy, it's disgusting. The deer are in the damn city now. Like, you can find them in your yard in the city. There's tons of ticks in people's yards. I just don't want to find those on my dogs. Jeff had a tick on him at work. I had a tick on me. I'm grossed out with those bastards. And it was right here. In fact, I still have the scar right there where I picked it out. It was just last week. And it was embedded in me. And when I squeezed it to get it out, I pulled it out of the head. The head was in. So I had to dig with my sharp, pointy tweezers, and it was painful, and rip my skin up to pull that damn head off. I was grossed out. So I got it from work because I do deliver mail where there's some really tall weeds there. And I know damn well I got it from work because I've never been anywhere. And I don't have any grass around my house because we're in the backyard. It's all deck and...
Well, Sandy, your dogs walk in that stuff, then they come in and lick themselves. That don't make no sense.
Okay, so there's the center pink.
Anyway.
We used purple, pink, and beige. And that's why I keep these laid out in front of me so I don't repeat using the same by that. So the teal color is the next color I need to use because there's no teal in the second round. So we'll go with the teal now. And pull it through. And now you're going to chain 2. You're going to pull this tight. Now, here's where we're adding a color. Take your yarn, do your wrap like you're doing a regular double crochet, put it in there, and instead of just grabbing your working thread, grab that one too. So you have both of them on here, including this one. And you're just basically giving it a little bit extra security. And then you're going to pull it through the 2, pretend that wasn't even on there, keep it tight back there, and pull it through 2. Now, just continue weaving it in behind, and it's weaved into that stitch, and it's less likely to come undone on you. So, got to do 4 corners in the teal. 2 chains. And then into the corner again. Do your granny cluster. You're just doing 4 corners. So remember, your corners consist of a granny cluster, 2 chain granny cluster. Yeah, I wouldn't either, camper.
Yeah, freaking side effects.
There's side effects every drug. Some people, they have these side effects occur. Some people, they doesn't even fizz on them. So, yeah, it's really hard.
Okay, which color do I want to get rid of?
What were you doing, Jeff?
Get rid of this color.
What? Did you check the east trough?
Yeah.
And?
Dam.
What?
There was a dam of leaves and twigs built up in there.
Uh-huh.
It was right over where the water comes out.
So you got it all out?
I don't know.
Did you put the hose in to clean it all down?
Yeah, the stuff just came.
Oh, good. Something clogged our east trough where the water was actually coming out of the east trough, but over top.
I saw the dam, and then I put the hose up there and I sprayed right down it, and yeah, more came out. I had to drill a hole in that thing though.
Why?
It tells you to. See? It tells you to get a 1-inch spade. You drill a hole in the side and you put in the overflow. That's what you're supposed to do.
Okay. We bought a rain barrel, and it's a really nice rain barrel. We got it from Home Depot, and it's around. It looks like an oak barrel, right? But it's flat, and it goes up against the house on the flat side, and then the barrel part sticks out where the east trough runs into it. It is super cute. I love it. All right, so we've done our blue, teal, green, whatever you want to call it. It is done, done, done. Run this down through.
It's not any cooler the higher up you go.
I know. Whoever said it was.
Usually it is.
It's hotter. It's best to get this done before the sun really cooks you. All right. Make sure you don't pull that too tight. And now we can trim these guys off. They give you the tape to wrap around it.
Yeah.
Plumber's tape.
Martha,
Everything.
trifecta monthly meds.
See this?
Cause my Sheldon seizures and eventual death. I know there's quite a few of them out there that doing that.
Put your hand in there, and then it would really.
Did you get it in?
And what's shocking is hearts used
It's
to
not
be the
leaking?
number one
Not that hard.
that
No.
people went to.
And the little filter that's on
Now they're
top,
all yuck.
you screwed it in?
Huh?
Okay, something else you need to do is take, you know how the east trough goes straight? The back part of that circular part that the water comes out of, this part here, take a pair of pliers and bend it, pull it this way, because the water's going, it's not going directly into that filtered area.
All right, we're going to try this
It's going
again.
all over the place. And you know what I mean?
Starting
But I
over
tried
for
to
the
bend it with my
third
teeth.
time, Sandy.
You need a piece of pliers just to bring it.
Third time.
Stuff.
You're supposed to clean your east troughs every year.
It's muddy up there. That's about all.
Yeah, but you wash it all out with the hose.
It's just
You
muddy.
just get a hose up in your east trough and run it through and clean all the leaves out of it. So, and remember, our east troughs haven't been cleaned since they've done the roof in 2019. So that's a long time. Okay, so now we're on round 3. So we've done the teal, the beige, the pink. Now we need to do the purple. and round 3. You're going to chain 2.
Yeah, who wants to take a pill that gives you heartache, nausea, indigestion, the shits, headaches? You know, who wants to take that stuff?
Not me.
Well, me neither, honey. Me neither. Oh, shoot. I missed that color.
So if you guys are looking closely, what color does my last round need to be? Type it in the chat.
Blah, 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 blah. I already can tell. Camper went on a drug strike and refused them all but one. Damn right. Take one pill and have to take 7 to relieve the side effects from the one? Yeah, I'm not with that. They can make stuff without side effects. They've got to make stuff without side effects. Okay, now, how do I want to start this? One, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Black, cream, brown, gold. Brown, cream, black.
Does anybody know what color I need to choose next?
Yes, I do.
It's pretty inevitable.
Yeah, it's kind of a olive green
in your
color.
face.
Joyce says beige.
Okay,
Oh,
so
for the base?
are you guys understanding the concept of picking 4 colors and making 4 squares with 4 rows? Are you guys all understanding the concept of that now?
Yeah, it's a mix and match, and damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Well, it's all about paying attention to what you did to your previous granny squares. Now, if you just have like 300 different colors, then yeah, you don't need to do that. And Sandy called it tan, so that's about right. It's beige, it's tan. It is the right color. Okay. Pull that tight. Out there. And then I'm splitting the yarn there, and I'm just going to weave it through, pull it through. Okay, that's tight, that's tight. Oh, shit, I didn't. All right. All right, the 10. Where are you? Right here. So the 10 is the last color. And this is the last square I'm going to make with this 4 color combinations. I've even done the boring colors. Really like boring colors. No pink or purple. I've even done that combination. Oh, what am I doing? I was starting a new square. Duh. That's all hooked up now? The rain barrel? So we can attach a hose to it, or it comes with the hose?
You can attach a hose.
Did you put the plumber's tape around like it said?
It's on the bottom, you said screwed in the hand. And then you just open up the tap on top, and that's it. Attach a hose to the bottom.
Nice. So now you know in the wintertime you can just drain that.
Yeah, you would have to tilt it a little bit, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so I forgot to weave it in there, so I'll do it in the next granny square cluster, like right here. Come to mommy. And you've got to hold that because it'll just want to flip around to the front if you don't hold it down. You don't want it coming out the front.
Gold.
You want it staying at the back. Now, Tessa. Hey.
Three, four, five.
Tessa. This dog is very scared of people.
Bark collar.
She was shaking her like a leaf at the vet. Oh my God. And panting so bad. Okay, Jeff, do something with her. Stop her. She's going to keep going now.
God, yappy dogs. Poor Sandy. Okay, let's do. I'll probably tear this one apart too. Shit. Great. I am like burning up, and it's 70 degrees on the air conditioner.
Is your air conditioning working in your house, Martha?
Yeah, I got the wall unit running. I'm gonna see what the weather's gonna be today.
So a couple
Rain
days
forecast.
ago,
Today the high of 90.
couple of days ago, I went on to Marketplace on Facebook, and I was looking. I actually researched online before I even went on Marketplace, and I researched what's the best air conditioner for a tent trailer, because of course my tent trailer doesn't come with air conditioning. And there was pros and cons to a window one. I'm not sure how you'd put a window one in a tent trailer. There was pros and cons to the rooftop ones, and there was pros and cons to a portable one. The best pros was a portable air conditioner, then putting a rooftop one in, or getting a window one. So on Marketplace, I thought I'll go look for a portable air conditioner and see if someone has one for sale. There was lots for sale, and I was looking, looking through all of the ads, and there was one that was brand new in the box, RCA, 10,000 BTU for $300. Never ever used. So I messaged them. It was actually 5:30 in the morning because I was getting ready to go to work, and I didn't get a message back from her till 8 o'clock in the morning, or 8:30, I think it was, saying that it was still available and I could pick it up. And I was like, oh my God, $300 in a brand new air conditioner. No taxes. So I did. We got a brand new one in a box. Jeff went and picked it up. It is very heavy, but it's perfect for a tent trailer because it does 450, I think it is, square feet, and our tent trailer isn't 450 square feet. So it's going to keep it nice and cool in there. Now, they tell you how to exhaust it out of the tent trailer window. They show you pictures of that, and they show you in YouTube videos. So that's what we're using. We got it already ready now, so we're ready to go camping. Dogs got their medicine, got my air conditioning, and all that jazz. Okay, so there, look at that. 4 squares, all same colors, just switched them all up. Now, how pretty is that? I think it's gorgeous. So they need to have borders on them. As you can see, I have this many done with the borders on them. And the color combinations, some of them are just so stunning with the colors on them. So that one's the blue, grays, and the pinks, the beige, the yellows. This looks like one I just made. I think it is. But it's the same colors. Look at that. See, I didn't even know I already made this. But the colors are different in the center. Oh, well, that is pretty cool. That's how easy it is to just start repeating when you only have 10 colors. This is the one I was talking was pretty ugly. Pretty colors. Just mess them up, mix them up. So yeah, these got all the borders on them. Pretty, pretty, pretty. All right. Now, I'm going to put these back.
84 degrees in the hallway.
Yuck.
Okay, people. I have a brand new glass of Werner's Wild Cherry. So we are going to try it. It's a very limited edition.
All right. So these all need to get borders around them. Here's 2 that I did the other day with the 2 pinks and the 2 purples. And
I'm going to say kind of
need the white around them. So I haven't done that yet. So I'm going to show you how to do this diagonal one. This one's so pretty. I won't show you with this yarn. I got to get a different yarn. So I'm not going to use my good yarn. So I just used a color combination. Imagine that I already used.
Unless I got soap in my glass.
All right. What yarn should I use that I know you guys can see it?
I don't like it.
Okay, give me a minute. Let me just go see something.
No, I'm going to say a no on that.
Not sure what I knocked down. My glasses. Of course. I'm going to go see what I got for yarn in my... And plus I have to go potty. You in the shower. Did you bend that eaves trough up?
No, I smell like fire.
What else was you wearing that? And you smell like fire.
I did.
Smells good. Yeah.
Huh?
Outside on the back step. Get down.
Crunch mode.
That one could just go in there.
Crunch mode.
Unless the dog food's in it, it's too heavy. They're like,
Alright, so wood needle pulling thread. Line no to follow so. Oh, don't even bother singing, Martha. You sound like a dead frog. What color should go next? I think we should do this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, get back here. That's what I buy is frosted mini wheats. Yum, yum, yum. Last bowl of cereal I had, I wanted to put peaches in it. Never did.
okay, I don't have any other yarn. So I'm just going to use a color that I know you guys will be able to see, because you really need to see this. If I show you in that yarn that Martha doesn't like,
Ugh.
yeah, she'll just bitch at me. So I'm going to do it in
Do it in that
the
teal
purple.
or the blue color.
Purple.
Yeah, that'll be easy to see.
Okay. So let me come back to you here. So how about this blue color? Pretty? This teal color.
Can y'all see that blue color?
Over the white?
Yeah, don't do white.
Well, you know what? Let's take something else.
Do that light purple.
The light purple looks white. See?
Oh, no, we don't want that color.
No, we're going to do
That blue
dark,
color there.
the
Yeah,
dark
that one.
purple. Okay. Let's pull this out.
Bye, camper. Have a good weekend.
Bye, camper. Let's pull that off of it because it's tangled, kind of. And let's just work with the purple. All right, close my bags up. And when you buy those paint box yarns, these yarns here, they come in these beautiful organza bags, and I use them to keep my colors kind of, so this here, of course, doesn't want to cooperate. Oh, this is the end.
So let's do 2 of these.
So I'm going to kind of wrap it very lightly around here. So I like to use my yarn from the center of it. So I'll just wrap that around a couple of times. Okay. All right, let's pull out some purple. So this definitely is a color you can see. All right. Now you're going to make your ring the same way as you would your granny squares. You're going to chain 4. Can you pass it to me over here, Jeff, please? Chain 4 space. Thank you. He made me a fresh coffee. Oh, it smells good. Fresh, fresh, fresh.
Ugh. No, I don't like the Werner's Wild Cherry.
Oh my God, that's so good. Okay, so you're going to join this the same way in that first chain space with a slip stitch, like that. And then you're going to chain 4. So I chained 4. Now you're going to do a double crochet back into that same ring. So there's 1 double crochet. There's 2 double crochets. And there's 3 double crochets. So there's a chain 4, 3 double crochet. Now you need to do an extended double crochet. So an extended double crochet consists of this. Wrap your yarn once, put it in the hole, bring it up, and only wrap your yarn once, only go through 1 loop. Normally you would pull through 2. Pull through 1. So now you're back with 3 on your yarn. Now you're going to finish off your double crochet. You're going to wrap it, pull through 2 loops, wrap it, and pull through 2 loops. So now you just made an extended double crochet. Now you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to turn your work. Okay, so now you have a space here. Okay, wait. You have a space in between. You have 1 here. You got your 3 double crochets and you got a space here. All right. Now you're going to do 3 double crochets in this first space. So let's do 3. Three double crochets, and then you're going to go skip this granny cluster in the middle, and you're going to go to this next space and you're going to do 3 double crochets. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Now in here you're going to do an extended double crochet. So you're going to wrap it, put your yarn or your needle through the hole, grab your yarn, wrap, pull through the only 1 loop. Now you're going to do a double crochet. Wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2. Now you're going to chain 4, and you're going to reverse your work. You're going to turn it around again. So now you have this loop this loop, and this loop. So now you're going to do a granny cluster, which is 3 double crochets in that first loop. And then between the granny clusters, you now have a space. You must do 3 in there.
No, you have to chain 2 before you go in that hole?
Nope. You don't chain nothing. And then a granny cluster in this last loop on the end here. Okay, now to finish this off, you got to do an extended granny or an extended double crochet in there. Grab your yarn, yarn over, go through 1 loop. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Chain 4. And reverse.
Now you've got 4 holes.
So what you see here is the start of a square. This is the start of your square. How that got like that, I don't know. But anyway, that's not going to be. Shut up. Okay, so now I believe I done. My biggest is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I done 7 across to get this size of a square. So let's work on exactly what I just did on that one. Okay. So now remember, you got to go into here. We're still increasing. So you're going to do 3 double crochets.
2 and 3.
You're going to go into this one and do 3 double crochets in here. And into there, you're going to do 3 double crochets. And then when you get to here, you're going to put your 3 double crochets and your extended double crochet in your last loop. So wrap it, pull your yarn up, wrap, pull through 1, wrap, pull through 2, chain 4. And now you're going to reverse your work. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We still have our square. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 across. You can make this like 20 across. You can make it 100 across. You can do whatever size you want. I just found 7 for me to be, this is a nice size granny square for me. I like this, and that's the consistency I'm going to stay with, is 7 across. So now
this looks like it'd be with that chenille yarn that I got. That looks like chenille.
Yeah.
I think this would be easier because that yarn is so hard to see the stitches. This might be easier to make it a shawl with.
Well, yeah, because you can see this is not easy to see the stitching in this, but it's not meant to be seen. But it is a real granny square because it's made with this method right here. And this method is all over YouTube. You can check diagonal granny squares out all over YouTube, and you're going to come up with this same method. Some people use extra chains. Like, I mean, some make it more complicated than what it actually really is. This is not complicated at all. You're just basically crocheting straight across. Right. You are actually doing it. And
you're going through holes and not stitches.
Right. You're always going through holes in granny squares anyways. So the last one. So remember, every row you do, you're increasing to the size that you want your square to be. So whatever is good for you in size wise, then you can quit right after that. But this is one that you will continuously reverse your work. You will continuously reverse it. There's no other way. But you can see it gives you a really nice straight. When this is done, this will be a really perfect square. You'll see.
Awesome.
Okay, so back into here because I'm
Can
still
you imagine making a little like pot holder for the biggest pan in the world?
Well, yeah, but you can even make it with your thick yarn that doesn't burn. Do you know what I mean? You need a yarn like wool. You would need real
I was
wool.
just trying to make it funny.
Oh, okay. Well, you are funny.
Oh, I don't like this furnace. Look.
So I'm going to go to the 7 across, the same as I done on my granny square. 7 granny clusters across. So right now I am at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to do one more row of increasing. And then we will go into the decrease and I will show you that. It's super easy. There's nothing complicated about this square at all. There's no fancy doings or anything. It's just plain crocheting and chaining. So there's my 3, and now I finish with an extended. You always finish with an extended on your increase rows, and you always chain 4 and reverse your work. Okay, look at that. We're getting there. So this is my last round of increase. I will do 7 granny clusters across, and then we will start decreasing. Oh, wait a minute, guys. I have to take a phone call. I'll be right back. Hang tight. Just hang tight. Wait, I need to. You, quick. I don't remember how to.
Oh, and then I lost it. Dang it. I hate when a needle, your bead falls off your needle. Oh, poop. More than one bead fell off my needle. I just can't concentrate. I think what I really need to do. Hold on, I gotta take this one off and add one more. I need to sit here and do that frickin' test. So I need one of these and that one. All right. I'm going to take me a little intermission break. I'm going to grab me a glove. At least it's bead you lost and not the needle. No, I still have not found that needle yet. No, I have not. I don't know. It's somewhere over here next to the chair on the floor, I think, but And it was a good needle too. Oh, burpee, burpee.
Okay, sorry about that. All right. Where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this last one
Will
is
be 7.
7. So that is the size I done to get that size of a square. Okay, so now that's the size of our granny square. That's going to give you the exact size from corner to corner. This is basically corner to corner, diagonal, whatever you want to call it. But this is the size of our square. Let's see if it's the same size as this. It actually is. And this little pretty border, I love it. Now, when you're ready to decrease, you're only going to chain 3. So chain 1, chain 2, chain 3. Reverse your work. Turn it around. Now, on a normal basis, when we're increasing, we always go into this first stitch. We're going to skip this. We're going to go straight over across these 3 grannies, these 3 double crochets and that, and we're just going to put 3 double crochets in here. Because now we are going to be decreasing. So we put 3 there. So there's our corner. It's finished from here to here. So now keep going and put your granny clusters right across. And now I'm going to be doing 6 because I've decreased it by 1. I think. We'll see. Can't remember. Ah, shoot. Come here, yarn. I hate when this yarn snags in there. All right. Sit over there now. So 1, 2, 3 in there. And I mean, this is a really pretty square to make with a variegated yarn, but I don't have a variegated yarn to show you it. All right. And now into this one here. And when you're increasing, you would go into that last chain here, into this group here. But we're not going to put a cluster in there. We're going to put an extended double crochet just in there. That's it. So wrap your yarn, pick up that, wrap, go through 1, go through 2, and go through 2. Okay? And now you're going to chain 3. And then reverse it. Now we're going across. And now we
Looks
have
like a diamond.
3, 4, 5. We only have 5 to go. Yeah, it's kind of looking like a diamond. Remember, skip this. Ignore that. Just go into your next chain. It's actually not a chain. It's between your granny clusters. This will get quicker now because now we're decreasing instead of increasing. We're doing much less. So we're not putting a granny cluster in there. Remember that. It's your corner. You're going to just put an extended double crochet in there. Just once. Give me a hard time. Through 2, through 2. Now you're going to chain 3. Reverse your work. So now, look how it's looking. It is becoming a square. It's a very perfect square too. I love this.
Pretty neat.
Huh?
It's pretty neat.
And it actually looks like a pretty stitch, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like the little lines in between the little blooms, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so we are going to skip where we started and go right into this one and do 4 granny clusters across. There's 1. Ran out of yeah. There's 2. Oops. There's 3 and 1 more. There's 4. And now you're going to put an extended in there. So through the first one, through 2, and through 2, chain 3, flip. Okay, getting there. All right. Now we have 3 to do. So 3 granny clusters in this one. This is a imagine doing this in variegated, Martha. A nice soft variegated yarn.
That'd be pretty.
It would be really pretty.
I was thinking of the vibrant variegation with the purple yellows.
Yes.
That'd
the greens, teals, pinks. Okay, there's my 3. Putting in an extended one, through 1, through 2, through 2, chain 3. Reverse your work. I really, really like this effect. It's a very, very pretty square. I love it, and it's actually absolutely square, believe me. Okay, so we have to do 2. And then 2 here, 1 here. And then we finish with an extended extended double crochet, chain 3, reverse your work. Now we got to do 1 more in here. And then we're going to put 1 more extended double crochet in there. Okay, but we're not done. See how this corner
make a little point.
Yeah, see how this corner doesn't look like this corner?
So what you do 1 extended chain?
Nope, chain 1, reverse your work, and just put a regular double crochet in that chain across.
Oh.
Okay, you see here? Just a regular double crochet to make your corner done. Ta-da, there's your square.
I'll be darned.
Very pretty. So what you're going to do now is you're going to chain 1. You're going to cut this off, which I'm not going to do because I want to
take it apart.
Yeah, because I'm going to keep my yarn. I'll show you the border that goes around it. That's really pretty. So we're just going to ignore this because I don't want to ruin my purple thread, purple stuff.
All right.
Let's
to take
grab a white.
I call for intermission.
Let's grab a white. Pretend that this doesn't exist. And you're going to make a starting loop. And this is very soft yarn. Very, very soft. It's called Karen's Yarn Inspirations Karen Simply Soft. And believe me, it is very, very soft and silky. Beautiful yarn. It goes really well with this yarn. So pretend we're ignoring this. You're going to start in here. by joining with this. Of course, I snagged the purple. Okay, and you're going to chain 3. One, 2, 3. So here you're going to just put another double crochet in there. All along these spaces here, there should be 6. 6 between every single side and 2 corners. So what I did for mine is I chained, how many did I chain? I think I chained, oh, that's just the corner. Okay. Chain nothing. Go in here and put 2 double crochets in every space across. And if you find it's too tight, you're going to have to put a chain 1 space in there. So far, it doesn't look like it's pulling on me, but you'll know. As soon as you get to the end of this row, you'll know if that starts pulling on you. Then you're going to have to put a chain 1 space between all of your double crochets. So just do 2 double crochets all the way around. Now, when you get to the corner, which is obviously, this is your corner, you're going to put 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochets. So I put in mine 2, and we'll see if it pulls. 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. This yarn really splits very easily though, as you can see. So I'm thinking, I don't want it to curl up. This one is not curling. It's laying completely flat. So that worked out good. This one I snagged. You can see I snagged it. You don't want to do that. But it's getting ripped out anyway, so I don't care. So I'm just making it worse. Why not? So that's what you're going to do. So I'll go to the next corner and see how it works. Should be 6 in between and your corners. That's if you do 7 across. That's provided you do 7. You might want to only do 5 rows. You might want to only do 2 rows. It just all depends. But whatever is on one side between your corners should be on all 4 sides exactly the same. There shouldn't be an extra hole. So this is where we're going to be right now, is at where we made our ring. And you're going to put your 2 double crochets in there. Maybe. This yarn is very slick. Okay, let's try this again. 2. And I'm going to see if it pulls or curls. If it does, I might chain 3 in the corners. See, I would probably chain 3 in the corners. I don't know. That's laying pretty damn flat. But you could put chain 2 or chain 3 in your corners. It might help you. But that's the border all the way around. And that is your corner to corner. That's where you started. And this is where you finished. So it's corner to corner diagonal. What do you guys think of that? Isn't that pretty? It's a lovely square. And you could tell someone that it's a granny square and they'll be like, no, it's not. But it is. It is a granny square. And that's what your border is going to look like when you're all done. Very, very pretty. So basically, same size square. So there you go. So I'm just going to kind of wind my yarn back up here. Because if you leave it kinked too long, those kinks will be permanent. Ooh, what did I do there? There we go. That's really snagged. Okay, so I'm just going to put this back in my bag here. And the purple, to take that out, super easy. I'll just kind of wind it very loosely on here.
I'll leave swab at least 1 minute. I didn't do that. Wait 10 minutes, so 38 to 48.
Test some. So there's no wasting yarn here. So, and then I'll just put that with that. And that's it. So she wrote, guys. And I'll put it in my little bag here. And that's it. So I hope you taught you guys something. This border here is on here is the same as this. Only I put a chain one space. I put a chain one space in around every single speck. The corners I chained two still, but then after I finished my corner, I chained one, did three, chained one, did three, chained one. So there's three in every thing here. I'll pull one out so you can see. See, I done three, chained one, three, chain one, three, chain one, all the way around. Now let me show you how to join these with a really cool slip stitch. So we're going to start with right in our corners. So let's make sure they're, so I'm going to take one of my colored yarns. Let's take the teal, since it's the one I can reach. Okay. All right, so let's join this. This is joined with a slip stitch, so it lays flat. Again, I'm going to be pulling this out. But I'm just going to show you how I join it. Okay. Put 1, 2, 3 there. 1, 2, 3 there. So now you got to go in. You got to put these right sides up. You got to go into that. Wrap your yarn and pull it through. It's a little tricky to get started. Okay, and wrap it through. Okay, so now you're going to go into the tops of all your loops. See, I'm going through the top of my loop. I'm going to yarn over, and then I'm going to slip stitch. Then I'm going to go across here, and I'm going to go into the top loop here, this one here. Same one I went in on there. And I'm going to grab my yarn, and I'm going to pull through. You're going to go in here, grab your yarn, pull through. You're going to go across to here, grab your, in your loops there, grab your yarn, pull through. It's not easy. And then into there, grab your yarn, pull through. Grab that, the double loops. Oops, went over top of my yarn. Grab your yarn. Actually, it might be easier to grab it this way, maybe. I don't know. Nope, I have to wrap it that way and pull it all the way through without snagging. There. This is such a pretty stitch. So now into the chain space, you're still going to go into the top of that chain and you're going to join it the same way, like that, into the top of this chain. Okay, let me see if I could do it this way. Opening
I've
that.
never joined anything like that.
Oh, of course I did it. Make sure you go behind your yarn, that your yarn's in front of that. Okay, wrap your yarn, pull it through like that. Now into the next one. This one's easy. It's the one behind that I'm always having problems with. But anyway, that's the gist of what it looks like. It's like a rick-rack. It's like a rick-rack stitch, except I didn't pull that one snug. These ones I did. This one could be pulled like that, and it allows your thing to stay flat. It doesn't cause it to bulk. I can't stand when it's crocheted and it bulks. I hate that. So you can see I left off there. So just drop in behind, grab that, pull it through, up there. Go in there, pull it through, up there. Go in behind, grab it, through, easy peasy. Now it's getting a little easier. Just make sure you don't go into the same loops. And that one is snug like a bug in a rug. I don't know why it's doing that. It's starting to piss me off. Anyway, it's snagging the white yarn. I'm wondering if maybe we should just go right into that chain space. Because, yeah, that just made a big mess. It's snagged. Anyway, you get the gist of what I'm saying. That's how it's going to look. And when I crochet all of these together, I'm doing each section, each row. So I'm going to put 12 of them together. So 12 of them. And I'm going to crochet one color, this one. Then the next row it'll be one of the other colors. Like I'm going to use all my colors that are in the actual squares. But anyway, that's how easy that is. And it looks really pretty like that. I really like it like that. Way better than, and that's how I'm going to do this one. I'm going to crochet all of these together with this yarn. So the yarn will be in the middle here and will also be in the center here as well. So anyway, I hope that some of this helps, Mark.
Hi, Sandy.
Hi, Sandy. I'm getting home myself.
I have a blue, so that means I'm negative.
You're negative?
I'm negative. It shows a blue line.
Nice. So for this one here, I'm using a 6.5 for this yarn here. That's my needle for this particular square. And that yarn. I'm using a 6.5. So yeah.
I'm in negative.
Yay. You can go out now. So there you guys go. we are done for today. Just wanted to give you guys what I've been working on. No, I have not done any sewing all week, so don't even ask. So what I'm going to do here is I got a little bit of housework to do. And then I'm going to sit and crochet and watch videos. That's what I do all day long. All right. Thank you guys for this wonderful day. Make sure you guys go order your yarn. Order 10 colors. You can play with 10 pretty colors like this. This is just gorgeous. I just love it. You can actually sew these all together and just make one big granny square. If you wanted to, you could do it this way too. But now I'm going to sit and put the white on these. I have these left to put the white on. Why do I feel like I used a big ass hook on these? These look bigger. Why? By lots. Shit. Did I use the wrong hook? I think I did.
They look a little smaller, eh?
Yeah, these two do. Yeah, these look bigger.
Well, you got white around the edge on them.
I'm trying to measure it within here, within this one that I've already done. Or is this one just small? Ah, frick it. They're all going to work out the same. I don't care. I'm not redoing these. No thanks. Okay, I'm getting going. Take care, guys. See you again soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Being here. Bye.